Are you ready to find out why you should just stop using AI for your business? In this video, I'm going to dive through the different ways that I have basically just stopped using AI in my day-to-day and instead delegating it to my executive assistant. Every single day as entrepreneurs, there's always new tools, there's always new features, there's always something new with AI that you can dive into and learn and actually start adapting into your business. And a lot of the time, it can sound like noise. And sometimes it could also just crash out and burn and you just find yourself not wanting to use AI in the first place. Recently, we had the Claudebot, Maltbot fiasco basically that happened in the last week, where a lot of people jumped into learning how to use AI, how to use the new tool, and then finding out later on that it wasn't really as it was promised. And it basically just became, again, this whole mess. But what if I can walk you through what is the actual way that you can start? Or if you're just barely using AI in the first place, you're just essentially a very expensive prompt writer into your own ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, whatever it is that you're using, you're basically the one who's still doing it and not actually creating a system so that it can run without you. Now, the correct way, instead of you being the one who's prompting and writing, this should be something that your executive assistant is doing. For you, your goal as the founder, as the business owner, is to give clarity on outcomes, basically that you want the AI to do, or you want to automate with AI, the priorities of what should be done first, what should be done later, and then of course making the decision. For your executive assistant, they're the ones who's putting in the input, who's doing the reviewing, who's doing the execution, all of the outcomes that you want AI to be able to do. And finally, of course, AI is the one who's drafting, who's the thinking, who's the support, who basically looks over a big amount of data that will take you weeks or even sometimes months to not look at, only to look at it at the last minute. Instead, AI can help you generate those reports, and then your EA basically makes sure that those reports are accurate and clean before you actually see them. Now, your EA does not need to be a prompt engineer. Your EA doesn't need to be someone who is knowledgeable on AI like through and through. They don't need to be a, Claude coder or someone who knows how to do programming. They just need clear outcomes, the context that you need, and the authority and basically the ownership to run the workflow. Now, how do you actually do this? Or basically, how did I do this with my own assistant? Now, for me, as a real example, I record these YouTube videos probably 20 minutes in a week, and I usually record them ahead, and I try to, as much as possible, make sure that I don't have a lot of things to cut. So for my editor, it's a little bit of an easier job, but essentially that's it. After this YouTube video, I don't have to look at it. I don't even watch my own videos, but I do have my assistant run the process and the workflow and owning that process and workflow. So essentially, for me to be able to show up here for just 20 minutes every single week, she goes ahead and researches the content that I would create basically for that week. She basically then researches the topic, has the AI kind of create the script and the bullet points of what I'll run through with you guys. And then for me, I just get a really nice Notion page that I just open up, and I have my bullet points of what to talk about. And I basically read it through, record it, give it to her to be able to work with the video editor. And then with the video editor, he uses AI to clean up the video, uses it to cut basically the videos into the short videos that you guys see on my YouTube, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and then all the way to turning this YouTube video into a blog post that's posted on my LinkedIn, so on and so forth, right? For me, I just had to show up. My assistant manages her AI assistants, the video editor, and making sure that it's posted on all the right places. Again, utilizing AI fully. So how I've been actually able to get there is I delegated the outcome first. I didn't just give her prompts to use. I didn't just build her a custom GPT that she can keep using. I had her focus on the outcomes that I wanted AI to start taking over. Instead of just saying, can you go ahead and give me a video that I can talk about this week? Say, hey, can you make sure that this video is engaging, that people actually are looking for answers for it? So then for me, I know that I'm putting in my expertise and my brain into something that would help someone else. So that's the first step, is be clear about the outcome that you want your EA to use AI for. Next is making sure that it's documented. A lot of people jump into using AI right away without essentially having the systems documented of what this looks like manually. So then you know if AI is not doing it right, or that you know if things are failing or falling apart, or basically that there needs to be an update on the AI system that you are currently using. So creating standard procedures, creating a process, so then you didn't just give it to your assistant once. They now have a guide that they can follow, that they can take later on. And even if it has been 2-3 years since you've given them that task. It's the same SOP, it's the same process. And even if you had to hire like an intern to be able to follow that process, they could do the same result that your assistant is currently doing. Next is then just letting your EA build and manage the AI assistant. Your job, again, is not to build it. Your job is to approve, review, and give feedback. That's all that you really need to do. Now, creating the AI process for the content basically side of 2XU that I just mapped out for you guys wasn't a one-shot thing. It was revisions. It was making sure that it was aligned to my own goals, what I wanted to talk about on this channel, especially when we created this second channel. Because honestly, if you're tweaking the prompts that your assistant is doing, you're not really micromanaging them, you're micromanaging the AI. So you want to make sure that you learn to really just have your assistant run and manage the AI assistants and not having you build a lot of them, manage them, tweak them. It has to be with your assistant. And of course, you want to set a review cadence. For me, for all my LinkedIn posts, I hardly write any of them anymore. Although I am a writer by trade, I still do like posting some of them from time to time, but my problem has always been a little bit of consistency. So for my assistant, we review essentially the LinkedIn posts once a month to make sure that the AI writer is still writing in my voice, is still telling my stories, is still aligned for the goals that we have on my LinkedIn. And that is essentially how we train our EAs at 2XU, how a lot of our clients basically have their assistants also running their own AI assistants. We have a lot of different modules and trainings that we have the assistants actually really learn how to be able to manage AI, not just using it as a one-off. And honestly, the goal of AI isn't to really just speed you up. It's to remove you from certain processes that you don't necessarily have to really be there. And as an entrepreneur, if you're still the one doing everything, you don't really have a business, you have a job. So you want to start delegating as much as you can to your executive assistant, especially when it comes to noodling around and learning AI tools. It's better for you to start delegating and building the systems with your assistant instead. Now, if you guys liked this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below any questions you might have about this kind of system. I would love to dive into that more with you in the comments. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Thursday on how to build your business, especially with AI. And if you want your EA to be learning more about AI, they can check out my main channel here, and you can check out my latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and with that, small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!